Hello everybody, this is Gazraki the Geek, and I'm going to be doing videos about Superman for the next couple of months because of Summer of Superman. I hope you enjoy the videos. The Christopher Reeve Superman movies. Not only did they make you believe a man could fly, they arguably set the standard for the portrayal of Superman both in adaptations and the comics themselves. Don't get me wrong, George Reeves, his predecessor, definitely made the character popular to the general public, but Christopher Reeve set the standard for all Superman portrayals going forward. He managed to portray both Clark and Superman with such ease, differentiating the two identities as if they were two different people. As Clark Kent, he was a bumbling, lovable, and mild-mannered reporter who stumbled over his words and seemed to be mystified by the world around him. As Superman, he was charming, heroic, and exuded charisma. It really was incredibly believable that people wouldn't realise that they were the same person. But the personalities weren't the only things that were differentiated between them. As Clark, he hunched, wore baggy clothing, and wore the glasses. As Superman, he seemed taller, stood straight, and was much more confident. The portrayal would influence future portrayals, such as actors would be cast in the role if they looked similar enough to him. Some even looked almost identical to him. Adaptations would feature a bumbling, Reeve-esque Clark. Actors would often put on a different voice for Superman and Clark Kent to differentiate them. But the most prominent area that would be inspired by the movies would be the comics. The portrayal of Krypton would become more alien. Clark would no longer have a career as Superboy in Smallville. Many of Lois Lane's attributes, such as her terrible spelling, would be carried over. And mad scientist Lex Luthor would become a CEO who's corrupt and is trying to kill Superman. And even the Phantom Zone would change a little bit. Probably the best example of the influence of Reeve's movies would be the comic Superman Secret Origin. The Reeve influence was all there. He was a bumbling, lovable dork. He even looked a little bit like Christopher Reeve. The comic itself felt like a modern retelling of the movies. Enough different to warrant its existence, but not so different that it didn't feel authentic. But why did Christopher Reeve's portrayal have such a lasting impact on the character? Because he perfectly embodied what made the character so lovable and likeable in the first place. He was a blue Boy Scout who just wanted to be like everyone else, who helped people because it was the right thing to do, who wanted to believe in everyone, even his enemy, and who made everyone that loved him around him better people for being around him. So, no matter what version of Superman you like, you've got to admit that Christopher Reeve is the reason why they all exist in the first place, because he set the standard of how Superman should be portrayed as a character. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stick around in the next couple of months for more Superman videos. Kazuraki the Geek, out.